Hello, this here is the 2022 LEGO Winter Village set. It's called Holiday Main Street, at least in my region. I've heard that in some other regions it has other names. I bought it for $100 US, its standard retail price, and then I built it live in front of all the awesome people over on Twitch. This set is made with 1,514 pieces. It comes with 6 minifigures. You get the tram or trolley here, which can be powered up. No powered up stuff is included in the set. This is a side build here. There are 2 sizes of Christmas tree. One of them's inside right now. And then you get 2 fairly shallow buildings. The trolley, tram, cable car, whatever you want to call it, depending upon what region you're in and what you're used to, is probably a little bit larger than minifig scale, mostly in the height, though. It needs to have the clearance to have actual rail wheels. Thank goodness this does run on actual rails, and in fact, it's designed to easily upgrade it to use the powered up system, where you put the hub in there, you put a motor in there, and you can even put the lights in there. You get 1 light set. 1 LED goes towards the front, which is over there. 1 goes towards the rear, and they're able to shine through the small little spots right at the end. You got a little wreath here. This does use stickers for its main decorations, but there's also some building for some of the decoration as well. And as you can see, you have some seats, so you can easily put 4 minifigures here up front, and those seats remain also if you do the powered up conversion. Again, powered up stuff not included in this set. Don't expect it to be included. Their advertising is just fine. They don't, I feel like they don't deceive on that. It's really easy to get access to the interior of this because the roof is not even connected with any studs whatsoever. It's just sitting there. So that's convenience, both to get minifigures in there and to do the conversion if you decide to. You can sit more minifigures inside of there using those red spots as seats. And hair pieces are able to kind of nuzzle into the cavities basically on the other side of the window. So that works out okay to hold a number of additional figures in there. It looks like 3 on each side is about the max. You could possibly have somebody standing in the middle as well. But here's how you do the conversion. This is really interesting to me. Because see, this wheelbase here is much longer than a standard train motor is. All this right here pulls out, and this gets replaced with a train motor only using a single axle. So you do this exact same sort of thing, this exact same layout with the powered up, which is just like the power functions motor with a different connector at the end of it. And you put that in there with just a single axle. And that's going to work because you're able to go around the tightest of Lego turns, which are really, really tight, within this wheelbase right here. And I think that's a nice solution. It allows you to have something that's a little bit more realistic. And see, it gives you plenty of room to route the wires in there. The hub sits right in this spot. Doesn't even need to be fully connected down. It's good stuff. They even have space underneath the bench seating in the front where you can run the wire along here underneath to get to the other side. So you have 1 light. Again, 1 light goes behind there. There's a hollow stud right there. And then the other light goes behind this. All good. Let's quickly get this side build out of the way. It's just a little bit of snow and ground and some wrought iron black like banisters, outdoor stuff, and then the street sign there with the clock around the top. Just a little miniature clock tower. 4 of those. Sticker used for the main street sign there, and then the mailbox, which does have a sticker on either side. The reds, it looks like dark red there. It doesn't really match, but that's that. Here's one of the buildings, and this one is 6 studs deep as viewed from the side. This has a toy store down below and kind of a part of an apartment up top. Sills along here, again, sticker used for the main detail for the front. Kind of nice shaping and just something a little bit interesting, a little bit classical looking with the facade there, but it isn't. It's obviously not that substantive. I actually like how the door is done. But at least inside, they do fill it up with detail. Not only that, but there is room to put multiple minifigures in here. So it's a really good use of a somewhat limited space. But at least you got 4 studs of depth here that you can play around with a little bit. It's not bad. So you got some toys over there, a building, a locomotive, roller skates, robot, and then over here on this side is the cash register. And you got the bunny in tan and another clock up here. Upstairs is the apartment, which has one of the Christmas trees, a small one. You can pull that out, but you can see exactly how it's built right there. And just a little bit of interior detail. A sticker is used for the wish list right there. I don't think you can read the individual items on the wish list itself, but then there's a bed. Now the bed isn't the best because it's limited in its depth. You can put a minifigure on there, but you can't attach its feet to it, so it's just going to be kind of sliding around, and you got a little placemat, and that's just that. The other building has a music store for its lower level, and surprisingly this one is not 6 studs deep, it is 5 studs deep. Has a little bit more detailing, a little bit, slightly more depth on the outside with the awning here, which is done nicely. And you got the downpipe here for drainage from up above, suggestions of a couple of chimneys up there, a little bit of awnings over these upper windows with the dark blue colored surrounds for those in the small size. That's pretty nice. Lots of masonry bricks used here. Again, a sticker used right there. But yeah, I like the depth, and I like the presentation of this. I think the color scheme works out pretty well. I also appreciate the fact that the whole scene, everything that they've done here, is not completely covered with snow. So they've shaped it up a little bit, suggesting, maybe this is a few days after a light to medium snowfall, and things have started to sublimate or to melt just a little bit, which I just think is nicer than just doing everything in white. The music store has a similar ratio of space to put minifigures to details included in there, although a couple of the key details are facing towards the outside, which totally makes sense. They got the white guitar there and violin, so that you can see those through the window. That's important. You can turn those around if you want. Over on the side, the smallest drum set, but you know what? It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Got a newspaper up there that's been clipped. A slightly different design for the cash register. Small keyboard. That might just be an art piece up on the wall there. Got some wands here, which I'm assuming are being used to represent drumsticks that you can buy, and a saxophone is included. So a good parts pack, and a poster on the wall, which is done with a sticker. Upstairs, I like the use of the Minecraft honeycomb tile there. It's a printed tile to represent the backsplash, and just the smallest kitchenette, sand blue colored chairs from the UCS AT-AT, a small little table set up with a candle and a couple of cookies, couple of teacups, and on the wall over there is a little stickered picture of the gingerbread house. A couple things to note here. These buildings do not separate top to bottom, so they're not in the vertical modular style, and they also don't completely fully match end to end. You've got a little bit of blocking up here with this beam, the structural beam that goes across, so that you're not able to see all the way down in there, but it's not fully blocked off. So if you put these two together, they don't look that bad, honestly, and it does feel more like a full building this way, but something I think needs to be done with the back of the roof of this one for it to look respectable. Nice thing is that down here at the base, this is really nice. This is nice and smooth all the way around. And when I was building this live on Twitch, I actually put a hinge piece just on one side, and that works really well to allow you to close this up and then open it up as well. I think there's just one piece right now. I think it might be the robot that's keeping it from going completely flush, but that's just the general idea there. I wanted you to see more of the total bulk of building that you get in this set on the whole. And here's the larger Christmas tree with a similar build to some that they've done in the past, but just a little bit different tiering of the wedge plates used here, which gives it just a somewhat unique look. I think it works pretty well, and I appreciate the transition between dark green and just the regular green. It looks pretty sparkly too, the way that the not only the stars, but the transparent yellow studs are placed all around it. I feel like they pick up enough light from the environment. And, some of the Christmas trees that they've done in the past have looked a little bit dull to me, but this puts the transparent parts far enough out, and there's enough contrast there that, it looks a little bit just more lively to me personally. And you got some suggestions of presents underneath there as well. Here are presumably the shopkeepers and then the trolley operator or brakeman. It's interesting, the eyes, and also to some extent the facial hair on this one makes it look like an older figure, like it was from the I don't know, mid to early 2000s, kind of, just feels a little bit different. But no, I think all of these are fine. No printed legs between them here. I really like the detailing on this sweater in the middle. The operator's jacket on the right is also pretty nice. Got a little bit of metallic printing on there for the chain, but it's not too shiny. I think the production on that could have been just a little bit nicer. And it's very subtle here again on the back. The black printed against the dark blue is a little bit difficult to see. Underneath here, no alternate faces to be seen. And then here are the three other figures. The colors for this one in the middle are dark azure. The blue there is dark azure. And I like all of the torsos. The faces are nice and cheery. They look happy. Obviously, there's some shopping that's been going on. And the one in the middle has a letter, presumably to send up to the North Pole. I actually will say that I think that this torso right here did not need to have the waistlines on it. I think that could have been printed gender neutral so that you could just use it for more different custom figures as well. And here we do get some alternate faces, which is great to see. And this one here could certainly be used for caroling. There are quite a few little leftover pieces, and the set did have a substantial sticker sheet, but all the stickers are easy to apply. None of them are particularly tiny, and they're all just rectangular. Again, the price was $100 US or 100 euros, 90 pounds UK. For over 1,500 pieces, for people who are still stuck on the whole price to part ratio thing, that looks good on paper. And honestly, for the amount of stuff that I see here in front of me, in 2022's crazy inflated general situation, it's okay. I can see 30, 30, 30 here, for the main things, including the side builds kind of distributed throughout and the figures distributed throughout. For this volume of stuff, I can definitely see this. So, okay, 30, 30, 30, so 90. A little bit of discount would be nice, but it's within a reasonable range. Most importantly, though, overall, I think that each thing here is done well. This is the weakest thing, which totally makes sense. This is leftover. This is what the designer probably made with the leftover parts budget. And that's fine. Like, even this is fine itself. And yeah, I don't really have any major complaints about it. I know that some folks have said that this doesn't look like it really fits into the holiday or the Winter Village theme, such as we've gotten so far, but I kind of disagree with that. I feel like this adds to it. I feel like it adds an element that we've not gotten, a little bit closer to the core of downtown of a town is this. And with these narrow or shallow buildings, such as they are, they're ones that you put towards the back of your display, or you put in an area of your Winter Village display where you don't have as much depth available. Or if you've got other stuff that you want to focus on, you want to have that nice main core theme, and then you put, or scene, and then you put these literally farther back, like back towards the back wall or something like that. I think that it will work for a lot of folks. Will not work for some folks who want something more monolithic, more substantive, and that's perfectly fine. Not every set needs to be good for everyone, but at least I think this is good for some folks and is good for what it is. Those are my thoughts. Thank you very much for watching. Hope that you enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you again soon.